Welcome back, coin lovers and rare currency enthusiasts. Today, first up, we're diving into an exciting and highly collectible piece of numismatic history, the Australia 5 cents 1969 coin. Now, you may think a 5-cent coin isn't worth much, but let me stop you right there. This isn't just any coin, especially if yours shows unique patina with grey, yellow, or even green spots, and is preserved in very fine condition. This small coin is making big waves in the collector's market, and today we will uncover why this tiny treasure could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the right circumstances. So, buckle in and get ready to explore one of the unsung heroes of the Australian minting legacy. The Australia 5 cents coin was first introduced in 1966, following the country's switch from the British pounds, shillings, and pence system to a decimal currency. The 1969 edition, just 3 years after the initial launch, became particularly notable due to its mintage process and the era's minting challenges. During the late 1960s, Australia's Royal Mint was under significant pressure to produce mass quantities of coinage quickly to meet national demand. That rapid production environment, combined with evolving metal compositions and storage conditions, gave birth to some truly unique variants, particularly in coins from 1969. One of the most fascinating features of the 1969 Australia 5 cents coin is its distinctive colouring and toning, especially the versions that have developed grey, yellow, or green spotting over time. These spots are the result of the coin's exposure to specific environmental factors and are considered by collectors not as flaws, but as beautiful natural toning that increases the coin's uniqueness and desirability. When this toning appears on a coin in very fine or higher condition, it sets the coin apart dramatically in both aesthetic and collectible value. The reverse of the coin features the beloved echidna, an iconic symbol of Australian wildlife, while the obverse proudly displays Queen Elizabeth II's regal portrait, making it a timeless representation of Australia's history and identity. Now, here is where things really heat up. While the 1969 Australia 5 cents coin had a relatively high mintage, surviving examples in very fine condition with natural patina and spotting are extremely rare today. Most of these coins entered heavy circulation and were lost, worn out, or damaged over the decades. Coins that show minimal wear, strong detailing, and rich patina tones are highly sought after by numismatists and collectors around the world. And because of this scarcity, particularly when you factor in the unique toning elements, these coins are consistently commanding premium prices on auction markets and private sales. In today's world, rarity is not just about age, it is about the combination of condition, visual uniqueness, and historic context. The 1969 Australia 5 cents with these exact traits hits all the right marks. In recent months, the numismatic market has seen a noticeable surge in demand for uniquely toned and well-preserved Australian coins. The 1969 Australia 5 cents with natural grey, yellow or green spotting in very fine condition is no exception. Prices for these coins have soared, with auction results showcasing values ranging $182,000, depending on the intensity and beauty of the toning, as well as the coin's overall condition. Private collectors and international buyers alike are recognizing the artistic and historical value of this coin, which is transforming what was once ordinary currency into a rare and valuable asset. It is not just a coin, it is a piece of art, history, and investment all in one. If you are lucky enough to own a 1969 Australian 5 cents coin, now is the time to check its condition closely. Look for clear echidna details, minimal wear, and especially those natural spot colours we mentioned. Store it safely in a coin capsule or a sealed case to preserve its value and avoid further environmental exposure. And if you are looking to buy one, be sure to purchase from reputable dealers or verified auctions. Always ask for high-resolution photos or grading details, and if possible, look for coins certified by professional grading services. Remember, condition and toning matter immensely when it comes to long-term value. This coin is a smart acquisition not only for its aesthetic and historical appeal, but also for its growing financial potential. To sum it all up, the 1969 Australia 5 cents coin is far more than just pocket change. With its stunning natural colorations, limited surviving examples in very fine condition, and growing demand in the collector market, it stands today as a rising star in the world of rare coins. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, this coin deserves a prominent spot in your collection. Next up, we are diving deep into an exciting and often overlooked gem in the world of numismatics, the 1989 Australian 5-cent coin, particularly the version with a striking silver shade and in very fine condition. This coin, once a simple part of daily pocket change, has now become a treasure in the collector's market. With demand surging and values rising, especially in auctions, this small coin is making big waves. Stay tuned as we explore its fascinating journey from mint to masterpiece and why collectors are paying top dollar for it today. The 5-cent coin has been a cornerstone of Australian currency since the country's switch to decimalisation in 1966. Struck in cupro-nickel, this coin typically features the iconic echidna on the reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, and the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, as sculpted by Raphael Maklouf in the 1980s. The year 1989 was no exception in terms of design, but what makes that year stand out are the subtle minting anomalies and differences in metal toning that occurred in some specimens. While the Royal Australian Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins that year, only a small percentage exhibit the distinct silver shade, a bright, almost mirror-like surface that sets them apart visually and numismatically. What truly elevates the 1989 silver shade 5-cent coin above its peers is this unusual finish. Whether caused by variations in the planchette, or a result of experimental or misaligned minting, the silver shade coins gleam with a finish rarely seen in circulation. In very fine condition, these coins show only minimal wear and retain most of their original luster, making them visually stunning and highly desirable. The detail on the echidna's quills, the clarity in the Queen's portrait, and the overall brilliance of the coin combine to give it a premium appeal that catches the eye instantly. Despite the high mintage of 5-cent coins in general, the 1989 silver shade variant in very fine condition is exceedingly rare. Most coins from circulation are worn or tarnished, and few have maintained their unique coloration or quality over the decades. That rarity, combined with the coin's aesthetic appeal, has made it a hot item for collectors who are always on the lookout for standout pieces. In the collector world, rarity and condition go hand in hand when determining value, and this coin delivers strongly on both counts. The few that remain in such high-grade condition are considered premium finds and are often snapped up quickly when they appear on the market. Today, the market for the 1989 silver shade 5-cent coin in very fine or better condition is booming. With heightened awareness among collectors and a growing appreciation for undervalued pieces, the dollar value of these coins has skyrocketed. Depending on the clarity of the features and the intensity of the silver toning, this coin has fetched anywhere 150,000 Australian dollars at auction, particularly when certified by professional grading services. Auction houses and private collectors alike are showing increased willingness to pay top dollar for verified examples, and prices are showing no signs of slowing down. For those lucky enough to own one, it is like holding a small piece of treasure in your palm. For collectors aiming to add this gem to their collection, there are a few key points to consider. Always look for coins with sharp, detailed features and that distinctive silver hue. Try to find pieces with minimal surface damage or discoloration, as condition significantly affects value. It is also wise to have your coin authenticated and graded by a recognized service, which can greatly increase its marketability and price. Keep an eye on online auctions and reputable numismatic dealers, as new listings can appear at any time. This is a coin that rewards patience and knowledge, but once it is in your collection, it stands as a true highlight and conversation piece. In conclusion, the 1989 Australian 5-cent silver shade coin in very fine condition is much more than just an old piece of currency. It represents a unique slice of minting history, a rare anomaly that has now found its place among the elite collectibles of the modern era. Its beauty, scarcity, and increasing demand make it a top-tier investment and a proud addition to any collection. If you ever come across one of these dazzling coins, do not underestimate its value. In today's market, small coins can make a big impact, and the 1989 Australia 5-cent silver shade coin is proof of just that. Next up, we are having something truly special for all numismatic enthusiasts, the 1975 Australian 5-cent coin, a modest-looking piece that hides incredible value beneath its surface. This coin, especially in very fine condition and featuring unique grey and green toning, is gaining massive attention in the collector's market. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is one coin you do not want to overlook. Let us dive into why the 1975 Australia 5-cent coin is making waves in auctions and private sales across the globe. The Australian 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 as part of the country's transition to decimal currency. It replaced the pre-decimal sixpence and continued the legacy of small denomination coins with immense cultural and historical value. The 1975 issue came during a time when the Royal Australian Mint was perfecting its mass coin production, yet it still maintained a degree of uniqueness in design and metallurgy. Although millions were minted, time has proved that not all coins are created equal, and certain characteristics from the 1975 batch have set them apart in today's collector landscape. What makes the 1975 Australian 5-cent coin stand out is not just its age, but the rare patina and coloration that have developed over time. Coins that exhibit grey and green spots, a natural result of environmental exposure and metal composition, are now seen as highly desirable. These features are not flaws, they are badges of authenticity and individuality. Coupled with the coin's classic design featuring the iconic echidna on the reverse and Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, these natural markings turn a regular coin into a visual and historical masterpiece. Coins with such unique toning, especially in very fine condition, are often considered one of a kind by collectors. While the 1975 Australia 5-cent coin was produced in high numbers, very few have survived in very fine condition with distinct coloration. Over the decades, most coins from this era have suffered heavy circulation wear or have been lost to time. Those remaining specimens that show minimal wear and possess that captivating grey-green patina are now classified as rare collectibles. The combination of rarity, condition, and visual uniqueness has made this coin highly desirable among collectors and dealers alike. It is no longer just about mintage numbers, it is about the few surviving examples that meet premium criteria. In recent years, coins like the 1975 Australia 5-cent piece in very fine condition have commanded impressive prices on the collector's market. Auction platforms and numismatic marketplaces have seen these coins fetch anywhere $170,000, depending on their condition, color features, and provenance. The grey and green toned examples, in particular, are setting record highs due to their unmistakable uniqueness and appeal. With continued interest in Australian coinage and a growing global market, the value of these coins is only expected to rise. Collectors view them not only as beautiful artifacts, but also as smart financial investments. For anyone looking to add this coin to their collection, it is important to focus on condition and authenticity. Seek coins that have not been harshly cleaned or altered, as original patina adds immense value. Look for coins graded as very fine or higher, preferably with even toning and well-defined features. Purchasing from reputable dealers or certified auctions ensures you are getting a genuine piece. And if you happen to come across a 1975 Australia 5-cent coin in pocket change or tucked away in an old collection, examine it carefully. You might be holding a small treasure with big value. The 1975 Australian 5-cent coin, especially those with grey and green spots in very fine condition, represents a remarkable opportunity in the world of coin collecting. What was once a simple piece of everyday currency has transformed into a coveted rarity with real dollar value. Its historical roots, stunning features, and rising demand make it a standout in any collection. Next up, we are spotlighting a true hidden gem in the numismatic world, the 1999 Australian 5-cent coin, known for its unique grey dots and high collector appeal. If you have one of these in your possession, or come across one in the wild, you could be holding on to something much more valuable than pocket change. Stay tuned as we uncover the story, the features, and the rising market value of this incredible coin. The journey of the 1999 Australian 5-cent coin begins within the broader history of Australia's decimal currency system, which was introduced in 1966. The 5-cent coin has long been a staple in everyday transactions, but certain years and minting anomalies have made specific issues stand out among collectors. The 1999 edition, in particular, holds a special place due to its subtle but significant visual variation, those mysterious grey dots that set it apart from the standard minting run. At first glance, it may look like any ordinary coin, but experienced collectors quickly recognize the telltale signs that make this coin extraordinary. What truly distinguishes the 1999 Australia 5-cent coin are these grey dots markings that appear on or around the echidna design on the reverse side. While the Royal Australian Mint has never officially acknowledged these marks as errors or variants, their presence has become a subject of fascination in the collecting community. Combined with a high-quality strike and preservation, such as those found in very fine or better condition, this coin gains substantial appeal. In very fine condition, the details of the echidna and Queen Elizabeth II remain sharp, the surfaces are clean with only minimal signs of wear, and the grey dots are clearly visible, making it an attractive and desirable example for collectors. The rarity of this coin stems from a combination of its age, the limited number of preserved specimens in very fine or higher condition, and the unusual appearance of the grey dots. Unlike other coins that were minted in the millions and circulated heavily, these specific 1999 pieces with identifiable grey dot features have become increasingly hard to find in top grades. This scarcity fuels collector demand, as numismatists worldwide continue to seek unique variants that can elevate their collection. In recent years, the conversation around this coin has picked up momentum, with more enthusiasts discovering its hidden value. Currently, the market for the 1999 Australia 5-cent coin with grey dots in very fine condition is experiencing a strong upward trend. These coins are now being listed at significantly high price points, with some sellers and auctions valuing $130,000, depending on the grade and visibility of the dots. In collector circles, this coin is no longer treated as common currency, it is seen as an investment. As demand continues to grow and the supply remains limited, market experts believe that its value will only rise. This makes the 1999 Australia 5-cent coin not just a fascinating collectible, but also a promising asset in the numismatic marketplace. For collectors looking to find or identify this rare coin, here are a few essential tips. Always examine both sides under good lighting, and look for unusual grey dots, particularly on or near the echidna on the reverse. Use a magnifying glass to check the quality of the strike and the preservation of the details. Coins that have not been cleaned, polished, or heavily handled are more likely to retain their value. Acquiring certified examples from reputable dealers can also ensure authenticity and increase your investment's credibility. It is also a great idea to join collector groups or forums to stay updated on the latest discoveries and values surrounding this coin. In conclusion, the 1999 Australian 5-cent coin with grey dots is far more than a small piece of metal. It is a rare, collectible treasure with historical intrigue and growing financial value. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or a casual coin enthusiast, this coin deserves your attention. Its unique features, limited availability in high grades, and soaring demand in the collector's market all point to one thing. This coin is a big player in the world of small change. Next up, we are diving into a truly remarkable piece from Australian numismatic history, the Australia 5-cents coin from 1971. Now, this isn't just your ordinary pocket change. We are talking about a coin that, thanks to its age, condition, and unique appearance, marked by distinct brown, grey, and even green spots, has become a highly sought-after treasure in the world of collectors. Stay tuned as we uncover why this little silver coin might just be worth more than you think. To understand the significance of the 1971 Australian 5-cents coin, we first need to take a look at its origins. After Australia decimalised its currency in 1966, the 5-cent coin was introduced as a replacement for the pre-decimal shilling. The 1971 issue marked one of the early years in this modern coinage era. Minted in copper nickel and featuring the iconic echidna on the reverse, designed by Stuart Devlin, The coin has long been a symbol of Australia's unique wildlife and craftsmanship in minting. Though it was produced in relatively large quantities, time has turned select specimens, especially those in very fine condition, into valuable relics. What makes the 1971 Australia 5-cent coin truly special today are the natural aging characteristics it has developed over the decades. Many coins from this year now display distinctive brown, grey and green spots, giving them a one-of-a-kind appearance. These colorations are often caused by natural toning due to environmental exposure and storage conditions, especially when the coin was housed in older coin holders or passed through humid regions. Far from diminishing the coin's appeal, this toning often enhances its desirability, giving each coin a unique character that cannot be replicated. Combined with the crisp details that still remain visible in very fine condition, these coins stand out as beautiful examples of aged numismatic art. Though the 1971 Australia 5-cent coin was produced in significant numbers, finding one today in very fine condition with natural toning is becoming increasingly rare. Most coins from everyday circulation have been worn down, scratched, or damaged. However, collectors and dealers place a premium on coins that maintain strong definition in the echidna's quills and the Queen's portrait, paired with that unique multicolour patina. The combination of preserved detail and natural coloration makes these coins extremely attractive to serious collectors and investors alike. Demand is especially high for coins that show those elegant hues of brown, grey and green, signalling age and authenticity. This rarity factor continues to grow as more of these coins are taken off the market and into private collections. Now let us talk numbers. What kind of value are we looking at for a 1971 Australia 5-cent coin in very fine condition with these beautiful colorations? In recent numismatic auctions and private sales, such coins have been fetching impressive figures. Depending on the sharpness of the strike, clarity of features, and the uniqueness of the toning, collectors have paid anywhere $179,000, sometimes even more, for exceptionally preserved specimens. With interest in vintage Australian coins surging globally, these coins are gaining recognition not only in Australia but also across North America, Europe, and Asia. This growing international demand is pushing prices steadily upward, making it a smart addition for collectors looking for both historical value and investment potential. If you are looking to add a 1971 Australia 5-cent coin to your collection, or maybe you already own one, there are a few things to keep in mind to make the most of this opportunity. First, always examine the sharpness of the echidna and the Queen's profile. A coin in very fine condition should have clear, defined features with minimal wear. Second, embrace the toning. Those brown, grey and green hues can greatly enhance value, especially when they are even and naturally formed. It is also essential to store your coin properly. Use acid-free holders and keep it in a cool, dry place to preserve both its condition and coloration. And finally, if you are thinking of selling or getting an appraisal, consider working with a reputable numismatic dealer to ensure your coin's value is accurately assessed in the current market. The 1971 Australia 5-cent coin is a shining example of how time, history, and natural beauty come together to transform everyday currency into a highly prized collector's item. Its unique toning, fine detail, and increasing scarcity make it a standout piece in any collection. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a passionate newcomer, this is one coin you definitely want to keep an eye on. Its growing market value and undeniable charm make it not just a coin, but a conversation piece and a smart investment for the future. Next up, we are diving into one of the most intriguing and increasingly sought-after gems in Australian numismatics, the 1978 Australian 5-cent coin, particularly the version that displays unique brown and green dots and is preserved in very fine condition. This little piece of metal might seem ordinary at first glance, but it is becoming a hot topic among collectors and investors alike. If you have one of these rare coins sitting in your drawer, you could be holding on to something far more valuable than just 5 cents. Let us uncover the fascinating story behind it and why it is commanding big attention and big dollars in today's collector market. Introduced in 1966, when Australia transitioned to decimal currency, the 5-cent coin has long been a staple in everyday transactions. But not all years are created equal, and the 1978 edition stands out for several reasons. Struck at a time when coin production was stable, the 1978 5-cent coin didn't initially seem out of the ordinary. Yet over time, certain pieces began to emerge with distinctive characteristics, most notably, mysterious brown and green dots forming on the metal's surface. While some saw this as natural toning or oxidation, seasoned collectors quickly realized these marks added character and uniqueness, distinguishing them from the mass of standard coins from the same year. What truly sets the 1978 Australian 5-cent coin apart is this exact feature, the brown and green dotting on its surface, often appearing as speckled or haloed areas over the Queen's effigy or the iconic echidna design. These spots are not mere blemishes, they are part of the coin's evolution and aging process, creating a natural patina that many numismatists value for its authenticity and originality. When found in very fine condition, where the design details remain sharp and the coin has minimal wear, the contrast between the luster and the natural toning gives it a truly eye-catching and collector-worthy appearance. Each coin tells its own story, making it a one-of-a-kind treasure. The combination of a coin from 1978 with these natural tones and a well-preserved state is what makes it rare and highly desirable. While millions of 5-cent coins were minted in 1978, only a tiny fraction have survived in such aesthetic and physical quality. Very fine condition means crisp edges, visible features, and minimal damage, and when you add the unique coloration, the rarity skyrockets. Collectors and investors look for pieces that stand out, and this coin does exactly that. It represents the perfect storm of scarcity, age, beauty, and historical value, which fuels increasing demand year after year. Let us talk numbers. In the current collector and auction market, this coin has started gaining significant traction. Depending on the intensity and spread of the brown and green coloration, paired with its condition, a 1978 Australian 5-cent coin, in very fine state, can command prices well into the high double or even triple-digit dollar range. That is right, a humble 5-cent coin, potentially valued at $150,000 or more, depending on buyer interest and rarity. Online platforms and numismatic auctions are witnessing a rising trend of bids and interest for these unique coins, showing no signs of slowing down. As more collectors seek to complete their sets or acquire rare varieties, the value of such coins continues to climb steadily. For collectors eager to get their hands on this prized piece or hoping to identify one in their possession, there are a few key things to watch. Always check for coins with the 1978 date and closely inspect for the natural brown and green dotting that distinguishes it from others. Use proper lighting and magnification to appreciate the detail and ensure the coin qualifies as being in very fine condition or better. Storage is crucial. Keep it in a coin capsule or acid-free holder to preserve its value. And if you're buying, always go through trusted dealers or auction platforms that verify authenticity. This is one coin where attention to detail can pay off in a big way. In the world of coin collecting, it is often the small, overlooked pieces that make the biggest splash, and the 1978 Australian 5-cent coin with brown and green dots is proving to be exactly that. With its unique aging features, increasing rarity, and solid condition value, it stands today as a highly demanded collectible that could easily boost any portfolio or collection. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or just beginning your journey into the world of coins, this is one piece you will want to hunt down, hold on to, and perhaps watch grow in value. Next up, we are diving into an incredible piece of numismatic history, the 1968 Australian 5-cent coin. But not just any 5-cent coin. We are focusing on a specific variant that shows distinct brown and green spotting and is graded in very fine condition. This coin has recently become a hot topic in collector circles, and it is making waves in the auction market due to its rarity and growing demand. If you have got one of these coins in your collection, you could be holding on to a surprisingly valuable asset. The 5-cent coin was introduced in Australia in 1966 when the country adopted decimal currency. Designed by Stuart Devlin, the 5-cent coin replaced the pre-decimal 3 pence, and became a standard part of everyday Australian currency. The 1968 issue is notable as it was minted during the early years of this transition, a time when minting techniques were still evolving, and certain batches developed unique and now highly collectible features. While millions were produced, only a small fraction have survived the decades in collectible condition, especially those with visual anomalies, like the intriguing brown and green spotting, which has recently attracted keen interest from numismatists worldwide. What makes the 1968 Australian 5-cent coin with brown and green spots so special isn't just its age, it's the way it has aged. These naturally occurring toning marks have formed over time due to environmental exposure, coin storage methods, and metallic reactions. Rather than diminishing its value, these distinctive spots actually enhance its uniqueness, making each coin slightly different and truly one of a kind. Coupled with the fine detail that remains on the echidna design and the consistent wear expected in very fine condition, these features push the coin into a special category that commands attention. For collectors, that distinct toning combined with crisp detail and historical significance is a winning combination. Now, let us talk rarity and condition, two of the biggest drivers in numismatic value. The 1968 5-cent coin is already a low mintage piece compared to other years, and surviving examples in very fine condition with natural brown and green toning are incredibly scarce. Most coins from this period have either been heavily circulated or poorly stored, losing both their detail and collectability. But coins that have aged with grace and developed such eye-catching patinas are in strong demand from both domestic and international collectors. The rarity of finding one with just the right balance of coloration and detail makes this a serious target in auctions and private sales alike. Let us get to the part you have been waiting for: current market value. These toned, very fine 1968 5-cent coins are drawing significant attention in numismatic auctions and private collector markets. While face value is of course just 5 cents, market valuations today are soaring far beyond that. Depending on the clarity of the toning, the overall condition, and collector interest, these coins have been known to fetch anywhere $179,000, especially when featured in reputable numismatic auction houses. Their rarity and visual appeal drive fierce bidding, and their value has consistently trended upward. Many collectors are now seeing these coins not just as collectibles, but as long-term investments with excellent appreciation potential. If you are a collector or someone who has recently discovered one of these 1968 Australia 5-cent coins in your drawer, now is the time to act. First, have the coin assessed by a reputable numismatist or grading service to confirm its condition and spot toning. Store it carefully, ideally in an acid-free, climate-controlled holder to preserve its unique features. Keep an eye on the auction market and join collector forums where you can gauge current demand and connect with serious buyers. Because of the coin's rising popularity, many dealers are actively seeking these variants, often willing to pay a premium to secure one for their inventory or clients. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 5-cent coin with brown and green spots in very fine condition is far more than just loose change. It represents a rare and beautiful example of how history, design, and natural aging come together to create numismatic treasure. Its growing demand and rising market value make it a standout in any collection. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just discovering the hobby, this coin is a shining example of why coin collecting is both a passion and a smart investment. Thanks for watching, and remember, every great collection starts with a single, extraordinary coin.